Welcome back. Now, I hope you did the printing. So you will need a moose printout. Remember, printed on cardstock. And a robot printout. Also printed on cardstock. Now, the reason why I say printed on cardstock is so it'll be a little more sturdy. And you could go and buy a couple of sheets of cardstock and a copy center, any place that does photocopies or printing or anything like that. All right, shall we begin? Oh, I know. You're going to need some scissors or your X-Acto knife of whatever you want to use. And I have a self-healing cutting pad, which is pretty handy. But if all you have are scissors, that's plenty good. Okay, let's start with the moose. So first what you do is you can just cut out, loosely cut out the moose like that. And then cut out all the different pieces. Just to get them. Okay. And then you can start cutting real carefully around the moose himself. And then you just carefully wind your way around the antlers. And you can, cut off a little piece like that. Just whatever's going to be the easiest for you. Now here is where one of these cutting pads is really handy. You can just get right in there and cut this stuff out. You just have to be careful that you don't cut yourself, because that really wouldn't be a good thing to cut yourself. Okay, and once you get the head cut out, you can start on the left and the right bodies. Okay? Now, just as a note, if you don't like it, the color of the moose, you can always use a crayon or a marker or, color it any way you want. It doesn't have to be a brown moose. Okay. You cut out that, and then it's time to cut out the other half. Okay, now that you have everything cut out, you have your two halves, and then you have your moose head. Find one of the halves that has a line on it and match it up. Match up the two halves. About like that, and then staple right on that line. Okay, so now you got something like that. Okay, you also notice here, I don't know if you can see it, dotted line here and a dotted line there. What I want you to do is fold it right on that dotted line like that and like that. And that's going to look something like this. See? Then get your moose head, and oh, that looks about right, about like that. And then staple one of the tabs like that. And then now open that up a little bit like that. And then staple this tab about there. Now, of course, you'll do it a lot neater because I'm having to look in the camera and do all kinds of stuff. So, bend it out like that. And there you go. Oop. So you have your own little moose sculpture like that. Now you probably want to maybe have this part come in a little bit so he's not so standing so funny, but there you go. There's your little completed moose sculpture. Now, of course, you'll probably take more time with yours and get rid of more of that the white paper. And like I said, you can crayon him, color on him, put glitter on him. So there you go. And there is one fine looking moose. So now we have our robot. Now you'll notice that there's instructions and fancy little things, and there's instructions on the moose as well. But just like with the moose, you just start cutting him out. Now with the robot, you don't have to, but you can always tape the ray gun here to his hand. But let's get this cut out. Alrighty. Now after you have your robot cut out and your ray gun, you can take your ray gun, place it thusly. It looks like a good spot. And then staple your ray gun on your robot, and then carefully bend this down, and he should stand up. Isn't that cool? All right, now with the moose, you may have to like bend the feet a little bit to get it to stand up properly. And the ray gun may be a little heavy depending on where you put it. You may want to use tape, but there you go. There is your completed 2 projects. You sign up for my email list, you can print these out and print them out on the thickest cardstock that will run through your printer. Okay, you can check with the manual or online or something. So, there you go. Now, why don't you send me pictures of your robots and moose? Send them to askdavid at, say it with me, sleepingdragonstudios.com, and I will put them on my website, and I'll talk about them on an episode of Mondays with David. How about that? Groovy. Now, before we leave today, I want to show you some new things I'm working on. This is my new stubby fish. I think it's a stubby shark. Actually, it's a variation of the land shark. And I'm playing around with coloring. So this guy is green. And he's $65. And this one's blue. And you see, if you notice, they're both smiling. Isn't that great? So these are one of a kind, so I'll be putting these on the website. So just look under fish, under the shopping cart, and you'll find them there. Probably early next week I'll get them up there. But remember, there's only one of each. So once it's gone, this one's gone. I'll make another one, but it'll be a little different. I will be at the, forgive me for reading, Dandy Dancer Maple Syrup Festival in Luck, Wisconsin from 10 to 4 on Saturday. And that is in the Village of Luck. You can you can do a Facebook search for Dandy Dancer Maple Festival sponsored by Morley's Maple Syrup. And there's a event page on that. You can get a map. You can come out and see me. You can see some maple syrup. The always popular Sean Kinney, I believe, is going to be there, as well as some other things. I don't know. Nobody tells me anything. I'm just going to show up and have a good time. All right? I think that's all for today. So remember, visit my website. Download your little paper cutouts. See what I'm up to. And I'll see you next time.